Hey, tours. It's your boy Domination. This is back in the basic. Chuck the Deuce. How we do it, Texas, baby. Again. The Ogre Place, 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 Ogre Place. Oh, place go get it. 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 It's right back in the basic. Chuck the Deuce is how we do it, Texas, baby, man. I know it's back. You do what it is. 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 Real man rise up. Fake man rise. Fake man rise. Fake man rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. Retro by preacher. Preacher. And today's topic we want to talk about is. I need to make a video today. This is not my country. I know, whoa, y'all gonna be shocked. It is my country. Don't get me wrong. But I get tired of trying to defend it. I really am. I never forget when my brother's birthday, September the 23rd, we just came out here. This guy out of nowhere, we went to a Golden Corral. It was in Oak Cliff. This guy out of nowhere asking me and my family asking our how can you say this? Are disgenuine of loyalty of this country. He was asking this question, asking our why intelligent, and asking our patriotism what we should believe in for our rights in this country. Asking we are American citizen. We are American citizen. Everybody else is. But this dude, he was a Mexican dude, and he was gay and boiling ass motherfucker, just asking to nowhere, are we American? Are we American citizens? Are we born here? Yeah, we born here. And that was some fucked up shit to say. And then you know, and my father said something. You know, you saw this hat right here, right? My father served in the military. My father will risk his life and lay down his head and die for this country. But this is what you get? You see, that tell you right there what America turned into. That tell you right there. Then they looking stupid. And after we ready to let the eat and all that, because my birthday already passed. It was my brother's birthday. He was turning 26, and I turned 27. But that tell you right there, this is why I do not like what's going on. I really don't, and I don't want to be a part of this shit from my own and everybody else. But it will explain to you what America, what it really is about. And after we were left, go to Corral, they would say, have a good night and thank you for our service. We just kept on walking. But I don't fuck with weak, closed minds ass people because they don't have no sensibility, no sense of life whatsoever. But I got a video to show you and show you what America really is. Is America is a country, or America is a corporation, corporation eruption. I'm gonna say this again: is America is a country of ability of rights? America is a corruption, a corporation. Here it is, and I'll explain to you why. Because I know this is part one, and after the part one, part two, part three. But here's part one. Here it is, and it will explain to you what America's about. Here it is.
After the War of Independence in 1783, a treaty was created between the British and the United States. This treaty was called the Definitive Treaty of Peace. What is interesting is that this peace treaty seems to be leveraged highly in the favor of the so-called loser of war, the British. According to the Definitive Treaty of Peace of 1783, which is still in effect to this day, all property of the British corporations are still owned by the Crown. Other sections of the document show England, who supposedly lost the war, dictating the terms of the treaty. For example, in Article 5 of the Paris Peace Treaty, September 30 of 1783, the King requested payment for all the estates and rights to the land that he owned. It is agreed that Congress shall earnestly recommend it to the legislators of the respective states to provide for the restitution of all estates, rights, and properties which have been confiscated belonging to real British subjects, and also of the estates, rights, and properties of persons, residents in districts in the possession of His Majesty's arms, and who have not borne arms against the United States. The truth is that all the assets held under various British companies, including various lands, are still owned and controlled by the British today.
We have been told that we are living in a democracy. We have been told that we are in a system where there is equal opportunity for everyone. Tragically, we have been told a gigantic lie, and that lie has been told over and over and over and over again.
They're always about the business of attacking empire, destroying it. So they have a military consciousness, an approach to hell, approach to us, approach to manipulating and controlling the thought process. They attack your thinking. They don't help you to think, they attack it.
The truth becomes clearer when we simply look at our current banking system. According to a report entitled The Federal Reserve Directors, a study of corporate banking influence conducted by the Committee on Banking, Currency and Housing, House of Representatives in August 1976, it was concluded that all major financial banking cartels of the United States are all subsidiaries of the London Bank of England. In other words, the Neiman Rothschild Bank owns every major bank in the United States. This list includes Lehman Brothers and Morgan Stanley, recently dissolved from the created economic crisis, National City Bank, Chase Manhattan, and many others. Every time a taxpayer pays a tax, they are transferring their labor to the Queen of England and her heirs. Who are her heirs, you may be asking? All of your presidents and high office officials who are related to the aristocracy by blood. These officials are more commonly known as esquires. An esquire is defined as a man belonging to the higher order of English gentry, ranking immediately below a knight. To represent the crown, esquires or attorneys were used to handle the legal process of infiltrating the Americas. These esquires maintained positions of power, thus continuing control through British Admiralty law. Most of us have heard of Benjamin Franklin and John Adams and their early contributions to the United States. But what you may not have heard is that Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and John Jay were all esquires to the crown. They negotiated the Paris Peace Treaty of 1783 on behalf of the United States. It becomes clearer now why the treaty seems to align in favor of the British, even though they supposedly lost the war. The Paris Peace Treaty did not give America title to land. The king's possessions in America were protected and governed by corporate charters. Benjamin Franklin visited England and France many times during the Revolutionary War. Again, the British just moved from overt control of the 13 colonies to covert control. After the Civil War, the United States was financially weakened. Low on resources and still struggling to put the country back together, America needed money. The international bankers were right there to lend us all that we needed. In 1871, Congress cut a deal with the Rothschild bankers to incur a debt, which would allow the establishment of a new government controlled by foreign money interest. Under the Legislative Act of February 21st, 1871, the United States government incorporated as a commercial enterprise to do business for profit. What that means is that the United States of America changed from a country into a corporation. What you must understand is that this changed the entire process of how our government works and its overall objective as an enterprise. This Legislative Act of 1871 designated the District of Columbia under a separate form of government with separate jurisdiction from the rest of the Union States. With the United States of America now incorporated as a commercial enterprise, the country could borrow huge sums of money from from the international bankers. The debt would eventually get so high that by 1933, just 62 years later, the United States would have to file for Chapter 11.
You hear that? You hear that, folks? You ever understand what America is really all about? Do you understand it now? I don't think you will understand. I don't think you ever will understand it. But I will tell you this, though. I will tell you this. I know y'all saw part one. This is not my country. But this is part one. Stay tuned. Part two is coming up, all right? Stay right on to part two. Stay right on to with part two, all right? All right. Stay tuned.